Alright guys, how's it going? Firstly, I just want to thank everyone that took part in the challenge last month. I didn't really expect anyone to do it, but I had a look on Instagram and some people have done it and the photos were amazing, and it's just really sick that people are doing it along with me. It makes me more excited to go out this month and shoot this month. So yeah, big thank you to everyone that followed along with that. So my plan for the first month was to go to a little shanty town that I'd found on the northeast coast. When I got there, there'd been a landslide and there was a rope that you could abseil down because it was on the shore and I was on top of some cliffs. That was the only route down. So I had a look at this rope and I was like, right, I'm on my own, I have no phone signal, it's wet, it's frosty, and nurses were on strike, and I'm the most accident prone person ever, so I thought it was just a really bad idea and I just thought I better not do that. But about 2 minutes down the road was a little town called Staithes, so I thought I'd just head there and check it out and see what it had to offer. Although I don't really think I got any standout amazing shots from the day, I found it really hard to cut down to 10 for this video as I wanted to tell a story of the place, but at the same time, some of the photos that told the story best were some of my weakest shots. I think that's just something that comes from using social media for so long and always feeling the pressure to upload things that I think will get more likes. Probably a habit I'd be good to leave behind, so I guess it was a good lesson to learn. Camera wise, I used the x100v with the built-in 35mm lens. I just find it really portable, easy to carry around, and I don't look like a press photographer with it, so I think people are less intimidated by it. So anyway, here's my 10 selects for the day. So this first shot was basically the first thing I saw when I drove into Staithes. It's just of someone's house with a sign saying Paul's General Store. It's not the most interesting photo, but I found it really interesting how someone had turned their house into a shop. I didn't really know if you were supposed to knock on the door or just walk in or if it was closed, but anyway, I thought it was pretty interesting. I felt like it was important to get a shot of this Stay in Staithes sign. It seems like most of the town was made up of Airbnbs, but to be honest, all of them seemed pretty empty and it just really made walking around feel a little bit eerie. I don't know if it was just because it was so cold or what, but there just didn't really seem to be anyone there. It was pretty strange. While this is probably one of the most boring photos I've ever taken, I did like the idea that people go to collect fossils to sell to tourists. There wasn't any fossils in there and there was nobody around, which kind of stuck well with the general theme of the place. I think I maybe saw about 3 people in the few hours that I was there. So to get this next shot, I had to walk across some stepping stones, which was kind of fun. I came across this little shack. It was totally wrecked inside, but I liked how the light was shining through the windows and how the baby blue paint on the outside looked against the frosty ground. So this next shot was taken literally a few footsteps away from the last one. You can't really see it on here very well, but the sign read 3-course lunch sold here, and I really liked the contrast between that and right next to it, the private property sign. It sounded like there was chickens inside. I don't know if they were one of the courses. All in all, it was a pretty weird little hut. So these next 2 photos, I tried to choose between them for ages and I just honestly couldn't decide between them both. I like the boat, I like the square cliffs in the first shot, but I also wanted a shot of the whole town as part of the set, kind of just to complete the story. I think if I had to choose, it would have to be the shot of the whole town, but with a wider lens, I'd have been able to fit both in. So this was kind of the only downside I'd found to shooting 35mm all day. Having a 24mm or a 28mm, maybe the Fuji wide angle converter, would have probably been ideal here. This next shot of the boat, again, is nothing special really, but I wanted to include more of the fishing side of the story. I was hoping to get some shots of people actually fishing, but like I said, no one around, weird place. As I was walking back to my car, I found some really small little alleys. I went down one and I found this yard. It was packed full of scrap, kind of sea things, and these orange things, I think they're called buoys. I honestly just found this house interesting. I don't really have much else to say here. I just saw it and I was like, that's kind of cool. There was something about these bricks sat on top of the bins that were putting me on edge a little bit with the cars sat underneath, especially that one with the glass sunroof. I think this is one of the only photos I got as well that shows the height difference from street to street, as the whole town's kind of built on a really steep hill. So I thought this deserved a place in the final 10, although I don't really think it's a particularly strong photo, just something that I found a bit unusual. My last shot is of this van. It had someone inside because there was some weird noises coming from it, and I think it just kind of summed up the whole place to me. It was run down, seemingly abandoned, stuck in its place, but still perfectly livable. Overall, I'm fairly happy with the set. It's not my best set of photos by a long shot, but I had a really nice time just walking around. It was nice to just kind of get out the house. I probably wouldn't have gone out the house on that day if not because it was freezing cold. So it was good to just get out the house and go and take some photos, clear my head a bit. And I think the fact that there was no one around was quite nice as well. It was just really peaceful, and yeah, like overall, I really enjoyed it. This month's challenge is to photograph a stranger, or at least someone that you don't know. So this could be like a person online that you've never met in real life. It could be a total stranger in the street. It could be the shopkeeper at like your local shop, or it could be just like the guy that stamps your tickets on the train, just anything like that. Someone that you don't know very well, someone that you don't have like a pre-existing relationship with, and try and just have like a little chat with them, find out a little bit about their personality, and then try and put that personality across in your photographs. It can be one photograph, it can be a set of photographs, it doesn't really matter, and you can shoot it on film, digital, your phone, it doesn't really matter. The whole point is just to go out, push yourself out your comfort zone a little bit, and photograph someone that you wouldn't usually talk to. When you're done, upload your photos on Instagram and use the hashtag DocAssignment23, and we can have a little community online where we can look at each other's work and you could see what other people are doing. And hopefully we can all just go out and have fun and come out the other side a bit more confident. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing your photos.